first showcase. Please welcome Asmaa Hussein from Ruqayyah's Bookshelf. Assalamualaikum.
I am the founder of Ruqayyah's Bookshelf, which is a publishing company that publishes stories for Muslim kids, so stories that have Muslim protagonists in the books.
You started this more specifically for Ruqayyah, right? And then it kind of grew into...
My aim is to publish books that I think my daughter would enjoy and that she would benefit from. So that's why I called it her bookshelf, because these are the kinds of books that I want on her bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt there are actually a lot of great Islamic books for kids, or not even just Islamic books, but just books with Muslim characters. There's starting to be a lot.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, there was like nothing, or nothing good at least, with some exceptions, of course. But I felt that when I was looking through books, there was just like an element of something that was missing, and I thought, I have these ideas, why don't I provide that? I feel like a lot of books about Muslim kids are really Islamic, which is great, and that's fine. And some of my books have like, Islamic themes, but just stories that in and of themselves are going to be interesting, that the kid is going to want to pick up and read many times.
Yeah. What are some of your greatest challenges finding Islamic educational resources?
I did find a lot, and there is a lot now. It's not always the best quality in terms of the story itself. They're kind of boring sometimes, or like they're really didactic. Like, you must say Bismillah, you must say, like those stories are, the kid will read it once, I find, or twice or 3 times, and not necessarily come back to it, or they won't understand how to implement it.
Okay.
Right? Whereas stories that the kids are like genuinely interested in and they come back to it over and over, they implement it in their lives without even realizing. They, even if like what comes out of it is just this idea of saying Bismillah, or like trusting Allah, like those are important concepts.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you can achieve that with just a story or like a book that says you must say Bismillah before you eat, you must say Bismillah before you do such and such. Like it's more interesting.
Kids, I feel today, are growing up in a completely different era, and so approaching them is very different.
Yeah, and they have a lot higher standards of what they want and what they like, which is totally understandable because there's so much out there. So you want to be able to engage them.
Yeah.
Right?
What advice would you have for parents watching this?
I think just making sure that you're surrounding yourself and your children with good people, good environments, good programming. If you're a screen type of person, which I am, but like good books. Just like everything in your environment should be good, because everything enters like the ears of children and the minds of children, and it stays there, whether you recognize it or not. Whatever you expose your child to, you have to understand that that's going to become part of their identity.
Yeah.
Or it has a likelihood of becoming part of their identity. And also, I think you have to behave and act in a certain way, like in the way that you want your child to behave when he or she grows up, right? Because you are their first role model. They're gonna take their personalities, their sensitivities, their peculiarities. Like a lot of that comes from you as parents.
So, what's your favorite? You'd say, if you have one, hadith by the Prophet's time revolving around children.
You know what's interesting? Actually, a lot of the I wish I had like specific names, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. But a lot of the companions were actually children at the time, and they were learning from the Prophet ﷺ, like as young children. Like, I don't know how old, but they were young children. So there was a sense of like acceptance of children, whereas now we kind of almost push them away, like they're too young for certain things. The Prophet heard a baby crying in the masjid. He shortened his prayer, without saying, oh, don't bring your children to the masjid or anything. No, he heard it, so that means that the mother was there with her child, right? And then he made an adjustment himself, instead of saying to the mother, quiet your child or whatnot. So the sense of like understanding and acceptance, and not just tolerance, but acceptance, like that children literally from when they're born are part of the community. I think that what's lacking now is that we treat mosques as these like really spiritual places where nothing else can happen other than worship, which I mean is okay in a sense if we had other community spaces, but mosques should always be welcoming community spaces where so many things happen. Like the mosque was a place where literally was a place where homeless people used to come to stay.
Yeah.
Like was a place where they used to plan and do meetings and prayers and so many things. Right? Okay, so I have 3 new books that are coming out actually. So the first book is The Adventures of Malik and Amira. It's a hadith activity coloring book. And then it talks about like different hadiths of the Prophet ﷺ, but in a way that's really approachable for kids and like really on their level. Like for example, they're taking cupcakes to their neighbor, and then it talks about, and then the kid has to sort of cut out these things, color them, decorate the cupcakes, and then there's like a hands-on activity as well where we include the recipe for the cupcakes, so kids are encouraged to actually make them with their parents and go to their neighbors and give them the cupcakes. So a lot of these things are like really hands-on, really involved, so the kid isn't just like kind of scribbling in a coloring book and then moving on, throwing it to the side and moving on. So it's a great book for kids who struggle with their emotions, and it's important to see, like I want kids to read this and know that it's important to see everything from like a positive perspective. Even if you think something bad has happened, there's always kind of like something good that can actually come out of it. So yeah, this is Zayda's Jinkin. Hopefully kids will like it. Rukaya loves it. I already read it to her.
So Jazakallah khairan for watching, and we'll be back again. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll take off. Assalamu alaikum.